Hello, everybody. It is a beautiful sunny day today, and today I wanted to talk to you about the story of Zacchaeus from the Bible. Maybe you're thinking the song in your head, Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. Well, I'm doing the study by Christine Kane called 2020, and it is fantastic. The line down here says, Seen, Chosen, Sent, and it's all about us having eyes like Jesus for the world, for ourselves, being able to look for Jesus in situations, how we see things through his eyes. And so in here, there's this part about Zacchaeus, and we came to that, and I decided I'm gonna go back and read the story. I feel like it's been a while since I've read the story of Zacchaeus. So you can find Zacchaeus in chapter 19 of Luke. And here's the thing, it kind of stood out to me in a different way, and that is why we're here today, is to talk about that. There were a few things that stood out this time in reading this story. For one, Zacchaeus, the character of Zacchaeus. So we know a few things about Zacchaeus. It's right there in the song. He was short, and so he couldn't see. I understand that. When I sit at church, if someone is 5'4", I can't see in front of me, and so I have to kind of move around or switch seats with people. People who sit with me know this drill all too well. So I get that issue. He's short, but if you look further in the story of Zacchaeus, you also hear a little bit about what people thought of him in the day. He wasn't everybody's favorite guy. He was called sinful, he was a tax collector, he just wasn't who the rest of the people really looked at as someone they wanted to be around. So that's what we learn about Zacchaeus. But from that, I want us to take this. Zacchaeus, and in thinking about it through this lens of seeing, Zacchaeus went through so many efforts to see Jesus. He wiggled his way through, that's what I imagine him wiggling his way through, and he still couldn't see Jesus, so he climbed a tree to see Jesus, and so that he could see him. And so I just think about that and think, man, Zacchaeus must have been feeling that tug at his heart. He must have known there was something different, whether that's from other things he had seen before, maybe he had heard about Jesus, but he saw and really wanted to see Jesus in this situation. And how cool is that? The efforts he went through. He was not going to miss Jesus in this moment. And I think to myself, man, those are really, really great eyes to have our eyes constantly open to Jesus and what he is doing around us and not ever wanting to miss what is happening around us. The second thing is this, Jesus saw him. So Jesus saw him. He climbed up in the tree, and I'm by, well, an orange tree. That's the closest we could get to him. But Zacchaeus climbed up in the tree, but Jesus saw him. And how many times do we go through life and there's just these moments where we maybe feel unseen? Maybe it's a circumstance, maybe it's just in this moment right now where we can't see people, whatever it is, but how many times do we go through life and feel like we're not seen? The truth is Jesus sees us. And so if that's a joyful moment or a hard moment, Jesus sees you. And he saw Zacchaeus in this moment. He saw him. The other thing is this. The people there, their reaction to the moment was not seeing what was happening, but instead of seeing what was going on around them, they asked, what? Jesus, because Jesus says, Zacchaeus, I'm coming to your house for dinner tonight. I love that. Jesus is very relational. But the people around, all they could think about was not these incredible things happening. All they could think about was, what? Jesus, do you know who Zacchaeus is? And that's that moment where sometimes I think we can get in our own heads. I know I can. And we miss a moment. What a cool moment that was. Hey, Jesus is going to Zacchaeus' house tonight. And so just that encouragement for us to have our eyes open to what Jesus has going on around us. And then here's the last thing. It's the transformational work of Jesus. Jesus says, I'm coming to your house tonight, Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus' answer wasn't hesitation, wasn't, I gotta think about that. I'm not sure if my house is ready. Maybe next week would be better when I can get things ready. How many times do we think that? When I'm more ready, when I'm more put together, then you can come. No, no, no. Zacchaeus doesn't think that. In this moment, Zacchaeus says yes, and he is excited and takes Jesus, and they have dinner at his house. There's no hesitation, and in that exact moment, there is transformation in Zacchaeus. He then goes on to say, all the things I've done wrong, I want to make it right. That's the work of Jesus. And so today I encourage you, I encourage me, I encourage all of us. This is for us all. Have your eyes open to what Jesus is doing. See him and know that if you feel unseen in this moment, you are seen by Jesus. I hope you have a great day today.